Have you ever really stopped to think about what happens after you take that first bite of food? I mean, it's not just a simple drop, right? It's this incredible, complex, 9-meter journey through a system that literally powers your entire life. So let's dive in and follow that path.
Yeah, you heard that right. 9 meters. That's about 30 feet, all packed neatly inside you. This amazing system is your body's power plant. It's the engine that takes, a sandwich or an apple and turns it into the energy that keeps you walking, talking, thinking, basically living. So the big question is, how does it actually pull this off? How does it transform our food into pure fuel with such incredible precision? Well, let's trace the journey and break it all down, one fascinating step at a time. Okay, but before we start the tour, we really need to understand the mission. What's the fundamental goal of this whole operation? What's it all for?
At its heart, it's a super sophisticated disassembly line. The digestive system is just this group of organs all working together for one single purpose: to break down the food you eat into the tiny molecular building blocks and the raw energy your body absolutely has to have to function.
And every great journey has to start somewhere. For your food, that journey kicks off right here, in the mouth. But don't be fooled. This is no simple doorway. It's a highly advanced, dual-action processing station. The second that food enters your mouth, the first phase kicks into gear: mechanical digestion. I mean, just look at these diagrams. You can see all the specialized tools for the job. And this isn't just about making food smaller so you can swallow it. It's about creating a much bigger surface area for the chemical attack that's about to happen. Now, what's so cool here is just how specialized your teeth are. Right up front, you've got the incisors, and they act like a pair of scissors, just cutting things up. Then you have the pointy canines, which are perfect for tearing. And way in the back, the premolars and molars, well, they're the heavy machinery, built to crush and grind everything into a paste. But of course, the teeth don't work alone. You've got the tongue, which is this muscular powerhouse, expertly moving food around for the grinders and then pushing it back to start the swallow. And, as you can see here, it's also covered in taste buds. That's your body's first line of quality control, right there. And here's the thing, digestion isn't just mechanical in the mouth. At the exact same time, your salivary glands are pumping out saliva, up to 1.5 liters every single day. And that saliva is loaded with enzymes that start the chemical digestion process immediately, breaking down starches before the food has even left your mouth. All right, so the food is chewed, it's mixed, it's been pre-digested. Now it's time for the great descent. Let's follow it down into the next stage, on its way to the stomach. Food doesn't just fall down your throat by gravity. That 25-centimeter tube, the esophagus, uses this amazing process called peristalsis. It's this perfectly timed series of muscle contractions, like a wave, that actively squeezes and pushes the food forward. This image shows it perfectly. Just think of it like a muscular conveyor belt. It's so strong and effective that you could actually swallow even if you were hanging upside down. It makes sure that no matter what, the food gets where it's going. And what a destination that is. The stomach is not just some passive bag. It's this J-shaped muscular organ that can hold about 1.5 liters. It's totally ready to take on a pretty substantial meal. So the stomach's mission is pretty intense. Its powerful muscles are constantly churning and mixing everything into a liquidy paste. At the same time, it's pumping out hydrochloric acid, which can be as acidic as battery acid, to just obliterate proteins and kill any nasty bacteria. And thankfully, there's a clever little valve at the top that stops all that corrosive stuff from splashing back up. After that intense acid bath in the stomach, the real magic is about to happen. We're now entering the longest and honestly the most critical section of the entire journey, the nutrient superhighway. 7 meters. It's just staggering to think about. That's how long the small intestine is. But its secret isn't just its length. The inside is covered with millions of tiny, finger-like folds, which create a massive surface area. We're talking about the size of a tennis court, all for one reason: maximum nutrient absorption. Now, this superhighway has 3 main sections. First up is the duodenum. Think of it as the busy receiving dock where all these potent digestive juices get pumped in. Next is the jejunum. That's the real workhorse where most of that absorption happens. And finally, the ileum finishes the job before passing on whatever's left. But hold on a second, the intestine can't do all this heavy lifting by itself. It has a crucial support crew of other organs. So where do all those powerful digestive juices actually come from? We'll meet the chemical support crew. First, you've got the liver, your body's largest internal organ.
which produces this critical substance called bile. Bile basically acts like detergent, breaking up big globs of fat into tiny little droplets. That bile then gets stored and concentrated in the gallbladder, just waiting to be released when you eat a fatty meal.
The pancreas is the other major player here. It's a true chemical factory. It sends out this powerful cocktail of enzymes that can break down fats, proteins, and carbs. But just as important, it also produces bicarbonate, which neutralizes all that harsh acid from the stomach. This creates the perfect environment for all its enzymes to get to work.
Okay, so after all the good stuff, all the nutrients have been absorbed, the indigestible leftovers move into the final stop on the tour, the 1.5-meter-long large intestine. Its main job is pretty simple: absorb most of the remaining water and then compact what's left into waste, getting it ready for, well, elimination.
So, there you have it. We've traveled the full 9 meters. Let's zoom out for a second and just recap the entire process, kind of like a final countdown. This really sums up the whole incredible journey. It all starts with propulsion, just getting the food moving. Then you've got mechanical and chemical digestion working side by side to break it all down. Step 4, absorption. That's the whole point, getting the good stuff into your body. And finally, defecation gets rid of what's left over. These 5 steps, they're a true biological marvel. And really, that brings us to the final takeaway. This system isn't just a series of tubes. It's an unbelievably complex and coordinated dance between mechanical actions, chemical reactions, and constant signals from your nervous system. They all have to work in perfect harmony. So the next time you sit down for a meal, maybe take a second to appreciate that silent 9-meter masterpiece working away inside you. Makes you wonder, what other incredible things are our bodies doing that we just take for granted every day?